Okay, sir. Good morning to everyone. It's my honor to welcome you all on this day as we are celebrating our 20th College Day of the Patrician College of Arts and Science. I welcome you all on behalf of Patrician College of Arts and Science. We are truly blessed by your presence. Today, with a great sense of pride, we look back the journey of achievements as patricians as we celebrate the milestones and victories of the patrician team. Let's begin the joyous occasion by invoking the blessings, love, and grace of Lord Almighty. May I request all of you to join us in invocation to our Mother Tamil, followed by the prayer and the college anthem. We request the college choir Shamrocks, facilitated by Assistant Professor Mr. Daniel Chalk, to lead us.
நீராடும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த செழியொழுகும் சீராடும் கதனமென திகழ்கடக கண்டமெனில் திக்கணமும் அதிகந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும்
When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when your heart is courage, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one, count your many blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. When you look at others with their lands and gold, think that Christ has promised you His wealth untold. Count your many blessings, money cannot buy your reward in heaven or your home on high. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. can say we have the pride and faithfulness in the light of His footsteps. We march to victory. United, united, united we stand to seek, to strive and fight. United, united, united we give our praise and offering. United, united, united we stand to seek, to strive and fight. United, united, united we give our praise and offering. Our praise and offering. Our praise and offering.
Thank you, Shamrocks. Thank you, Mr. Daniel Shaw. Today, as we specially celebrate this day, our hearts are inspired with joy seeing this congregation of all stakeholders. Our chief guest presence add a crown to this gathering. Now to formally welcome the gathering, I invite Dr. B. Meena, Vice Principal, Shift 1. Over to you now.
A very good morning to one and all present here. It is indeed a great pleasure to welcome you all for our 20th College Day celebration. Petition College is one of the renowned institutions in the city re-aggregated with A+ grade by NAC. The saplings planted years back have borne fruits. Before we carry on with these events, I would give my regards and appreciation to all the stakeholders who made this occasion a reality and this institution successful. This could not have been possible without the shared contribution of all. We all are a part of this institution. Due to our shared passion for the vision of the institution, our passion unites us and our hard work strengthens the institution. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Dr. R. Balan, Pro-Chancellor, University of Sayurjaya, SMRT Holding Berhad, Director, University Maya, for taking his precious time out. We are very grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and marking his presence here. The presence of such a personality in our 20th College Day is really a blessing. I extend my warm welcome to our respected Director and Secretary, Dr. S. Arikya Raj, for this occasion. The essence of leadership is influence, not the authority. With this note, I heartily welcome our respected Academic Director, Dr. Fatima Vasant, our Principal, Dr. Usha George, our Vice Principal, Dr. Geeta Rufus, for this occasion. Stars shine at night. Some stars shine bright daylight. It's my pleasure to welcome our Academic Coordinator, Mrs. Ananda Priya, IQAC Advisor, Dr. Nagajodi, IQAC Coordinator, Mr. Daniel. I sincerely welcome all the HODs, teaching and non-teaching staff. With immense admiration and affection, I welcome all the parents and alumni who made the efforts to join this ceremony. Last but not least, I welcome all our dear lovable students who are strong and smart. Once again, I welcome everyone to the 20th College Day function. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I welcome our beloved Principal, Dr. Usha George, to take us through the journey of the college during the academic year 2020 to 21 through a presentation of the annual report.
Good morning and a warm welcome to one and all to the 20th College Day celebrations of our esteemed institution. We are greatly honored to have Tan Sri Dr. Balan to grace the occasion as the distinguished chief guest of the day. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and honoring us with your presence. It is my proud privilege to present the annual report of the academic year 2021. This year was marked with many significant and successful achievements, and all credits are attributed to the dedication of the management, the professionalism of the faculty, and the sincere efforts and support of the students, parents, and other stakeholders. At the outset, it is my duty to acknowledge with due respect, appreciation, and gratitude the immense support and contributions of Brother Johnson Rex Danabal, a former director and secretary during his tenure 2017 to 19, towards the growth and development of the college. We are greatly pleased that Reverend Brother Dr. Arugyaraj, also an able administrator and academician, has taken over as the director and secretary of the college to take it to greater heights. We once again welcome you, brother. We are happy to welcome the Education College. We also make use of this opportunity to fondly remember and bid adieu to Professor Ahila, Department of Tamil, and Professor Rufus, Department of Commerce, with gratitude for their committed and selfless service to the institution. We wish you both good health and a peaceful retired life. For a brief profile of the institution, Patrician College of Arts and Science is a Christian minority, self-financing co-educational institution affiliated to the University of Madras. It has worked its way up from a humble beginning with just 155 students in its inception in 2001 to become the #1 renowned self-financing institution in India, Tamil Nadu, and 27th among the best non-autonomous colleges in India. The college has also been credited with 5-star status by the Ministry of Education and ranked #1 and re-accredited with A+ with a very high grade of 3.42 by NAC on 23rd February 2020. The college functions in 2 shifts with 18 UG, 6 PG and 2 MPhil programs with a total strength of 3,509 students. This year, 3 new PG programs were introduced: MA Human Resource Management, MSc Applied Psychology, and MSc Mathematics. 1,301 students were admitted in UG, PG, and MPhil programs for this academic year. In the university end semester examinations conducted in April 2020, 975 students appeared, and the overall pass percentage of the students is 100%. Patrician College is proud of its faculty and student achievements. 6 faculty members were awarded with doctoral degrees, 1 faculty cleared the NET exam, and 3 faculty have been promoted to the level of associate professor. 3 faculty members took up the NPTEL course and completed with elite certification. 13 faculty members attended and presented 20 papers at international, national conferences, workshops and seminars, and published articles in UGC-approved journals. In sports, Patrician team won the overall championship in Intercollegiate Faculty Ball Badminton Tournament held on 6th March at Madras Christian College, Chennai. Our students have done equally well, secured university ranks and awards, and brought credit to the institution. PM Shankaran from 2nd MCom is selected for the national level Best Student 2020 award from Dr. Kalam Educational Trust. PS Aishwarya from 2nd MCom has qualified the NET exam. Priscilla Jairani from the Department of Social Work secured the university first rank in core subjects. Amrita Shri from BSc Computer Science secured the university first rank in French. We congratulate the faculty and students for their achievements. Orientation program for both first UG and PG students was conducted on 19th August and 31st October, respectively, to acquaint them of the ethos of the college. On 30th July, Brother Ramesh Amalanathan, headmaster of St. Patrick's Anglo-Indian Higher Secondary School, invested in the office bearers of the Student Council and the badge holders of the various clubs and cells. The college celebrated its completion of 19 years on 1st August. Dr. S. Xavier, chairman of Kerry Indev Logistics, presided over as the chief guest. The college celebrated national days such as Independence Day and Republic Day with full patriotic fervor, and also the other commemorative days such as Constitutional Day, World Population Day, Martyrs Day, Communal Harmony Day, Human Rights Day, Matra Divas Day, and many others with dignity. the Student Council organized an entertainment program for the teachers on Teachers' Day as a gesture of their love, respect, and gratitude. Important festivals, Christmas and Pongal celebrations were also organized to inculcate in the students the spirit of caring and sharing and to instill in them the values and rich culture of Tamil Nadu. Several competitions were conducted through virtual platform in this context on all occasions. On 8 September, the staff and students celebrated the feast day of Brother Arukiraj, Director and Secretary. The faculty, administrative staff and students felicitated him on this happy occasion. On December 5th, the college celebrated the Diamond Jubilee of Reverend Brother M.K. Francis, Superior of the Patrician Brotherhood, with greetings and wishes by students and faculty. Foundation Day was celebrated on 2nd February 2021 in memory of Bishop Daniel Delaney, founder of the Patrician Congregation, with Brother Thomas, Principal St. Michael's Academy, as the guest of honor. The dignitaries, along with heads of the department, student council, administrative and support staff, paid floral tributes. Parent-Teachers Association meetings are conducted twice a year after the semester results are announced, and the alumni reunion once a year. The election for both PTA and alumni for the academic year was conducted online on 20th January and 26th January. 20 parents and 34 alumni contested for the various posts and casted their votes online. The newly elected office bearers of the PTA and the alumni gathered for the executive body meeting to discuss on the various plans of action to be implemented for the academic year. The alumni were invited to give guest lectures and as judges for the several competitions that were held in the college. College facilitates the students with scholarships, concessions, private scholarships, SC, ST, state and central government scholarships. This year, the management under the Daniel Delaney Scholarship distributed Rs 3,15,000 to 105 student beneficiaries. In our efforts towards academic excellence and to produce employable graduates along with curriculum, technical training, entrepreneurial and career enhancement training, and other value-added courses are offered to the students. Each department conducts 2 certificate courses every year, which is mandatory for every student. MOUs are signed with industries, companies, and NGOs for this purpose. The Patrician College Empowerment Cell conducts the certificate and skill development courses. The cell had organized courses on skill development, personality development, and empower yourself for a better career in association with the Internal Quality Assurance Cell. The Internal Quality Assurance Cell has been vibrant in planning and organizing quality initiatives for both faculty and students based on the recommendations of NAC for monitoring the quality parameters in the college in academic and administrative areas. Several webinars were conducted for the staff as well as students, orientation for new recruits, internal audit for the entire college, and feedback from students to check the effectiveness of online teaching on virtual platform was conducted. AQAR and NIRF filing and application for All India ranking by India Today and The Week was also submitted. Most importantly, the IQAC team spearheaded the entire NAC Cycle 2 re-accreditation process all through the academic year, the outcome of which was immensely gratifying to the management, faculty, students, and all our other stakeholders. On February 11th and 12th, the NAC peer team members visited the college and the college was re-accredited with A+ grade. The college is very proud of this recognition and to be elevated to the A+ status. The management appreciates and congratulates every member of the Patrician College for all their efforts towards this end. The 20th Sports Prize Distribution Ceremony was organized on Google platform on 10th April. Chief guest Dr. Sashi Rekha, Principal of Sarada College of Physical Education for Women, Salem, honored the prize winners of the various sports events which was conducted from January to March. May I request Dr. Geeta Rufus, Vice Principal, to take over in the presentation.
association activities. Every department has its own association through which it anchors its co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Despite the prevailing lockdown situation, the departments engage the students and faculty by conducting guest lectures, webinars, workshops, FDPs, inter and interdepartmental skills development program, personality day, career guidance programs, and competitions through the virtual platform. Renowned and eminent guests were invited as resource persons. The placement unit had a challenging environment this academic year. Despite the challenges, 110 students were selected by the reputed companies such as HCL, Innova, Sutherland, Yes Bank, Kotak Life, etc. Online training courses on IBMP tech course, how to crack competitive exams, and job opportunities and employability skills post-COVID was conducted. 135 students successfully completed and received e-certificates for the trainings organized. Extension activities provides a link between college and society. In order to mold students as socially responsible and sensitize students, the college plans and executes its activities through the clubs and cells. To promote innovation and entrepreneurship culture among the students, the Petition Institution Innovation Council registered in October 2019 with Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. The council organized more than 90 national and state level awareness programs for students and faculty and filed 1 copyright. In recognition of its outstanding performance, the council was awarded a 5-star ranking by Ministry of Education. Women's Cell conducted webinars on women empowerment and also celebrated the International Women's Day on 8 March. Prizes were distributed for the winners of various competitions. Entrepreneurial Development Cell is in place to encourage entrepreneurship among aspiring students and to become job providers. The cell organized effective courses and workshops to develop the required entrepreneurship skills among the student community. The members of the Rotaract, Leo, NSS, YRC clubs actively participated in awareness programs, campaigns, webinars, workshops, and rallies to create awareness and social issues and concern. The Enviro and Consumer Clubs organized a series of programs on environmental sustainability, consumerism, and consumer rights. SEEDS is an initiative for outreach activities mandatory for all first-year students. Its objective is to promote the culture of service to the needy. The students actively participated in outreach activities, webinars, care and share program. A total of 84 programs were conducted by all departments under the SEEDS banner. As a new initiative, the Divine Mercy Chaplet is organized every Friday starting from the 7th of August 2020. Staff and students are actively participating and praying for all the intentions of the students. Infrastructure. The management believes in providing the best infrastructural facilities to create the right ambience for effective teaching and learning. Enhancement and maintenance is a routine feature of the management. This year, the structural stability of Block B was enhanced and software for labs and library was upgraded. The management also ensures the safety of students and staff by practicing the SOP as instructed by the state government and UGC for prevention and safety measures against COVID. A medical camp was organized to ensure that the staff were free from COVID. The college is well on its way towards achieving higher standards of academic excellence, and towards this end, the college proposes to upgrade all UG departments to PG and research departments. Over to Principal Ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Geeta Rufus. On behalf of the faculty and students, I convey my deep sense of gratitude to the Petition Management. I sincerely thank Reverend Brother S. Arogyaraj, Director and Secretary, for his enormous support and guidance in executing all the proposals put forth. I place on record my deep sense of gratitude to Dr. Fatima Vasant, Academic Director, for her invaluable guidance throughout the year. My appreciations to Dr. Meena and Dr. Geeta Rufus, the Vice Principals of Shift 1 and 2, all heads of the departments, teaching and non-teaching, staff, parents, alumni, student council, government, and the University of Madras, and all our other well-wishers for their immense contributions, support in every initiative that was taken up in the college. We are sure that the college will continue to provide quality education and excel not only in the professional areas but also in creating good citizens for the future with the blessings of the Almighty. I acknowledge once again that all the achievements have been made possible only because of the joint efforts of the management, faculty, students, and our other stakeholders. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you.
We thank our principal, Dr. Usha George, and our vice principal of Shift to Dr. Geeta Rufus for taking us back and bringing in us a sense of pride and satisfaction in all that we have done. Now, I request our dynamic academic director, Dr. Fatima Hassan, to felicitate and introduce the chief guest of the day.
Good morning, everyone. I take immense pleasure to greet all the stakeholders on the 20th College Day celebrations. I carry wishes from our director, Reverend Brother R.K. Raj, who expressed his inability to be here. I remember with gratitude all our visionaries, all the founders who helped us to become what we are today. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest for today's function. I'm very happy that Dr. Palin consented to be our chief guest within a very short notice. Even though he has a very busy schedule, he has given his consent, for which I am very appreciative. It will be a very difficult attempt to introduce Dr. Palin because of his high profile biodata, and I think I would attempt to make a very modest job to introduce him briefly to the audience. Tan Sri Tato, Dr. Palniappan, also known as Dr. Palin, is a Malaysian social entrepreneur, academic writer, and international relations advocate. He is an advisor to the King of Malaysia as a member of the Special Independent Commission on the Emergency. He is a director on the board of University Malaya, Malaysia's oldest university. He serves as a pro-chancellor of the University of Cyber Jaya. He has had a very illustrious education from prestigious institutions. He is an alumnus of the Harvard Business School. Palin's broad-based international education has given him the depth of experience to work in different cultures. He is a very proud holder of 2 PhDs, one PhD in education from the Federation University, Australia, and the other PhD is in management from the California Coast University, Santa Ana, USA. He has a postgraduate degree in psychology from the Leicester University, UK, and a MA in social work degree from the prestigious Madras School of Social Work. And at his UG, he did his chemistry from the New College, Chennai. Dr. Palin's experience is vast, and that's how he has reached the highest position today. Dr. Palin is presently the chairman of the SMRT Holdings, Berhad, a technology company. He is a group managing director of Minda Global Berhad, an education company. Both are public listed companies in Malaysia. Palin has worked extensively internationally, both in Asia and the West. He has worked in the education and health sectors for over 4 decades. I'm very proud to announce that Dr. Palin has written over 16 books and numerous articles he has published. I have a very big list of the various awards he has received, but I will share with you only the highlights. Dr. Palin was conferred the prestigious Dade Gabisiran Panglima Setya Mahota, which carries the honorary titles Tan Sri. The award was conferred by the King of Malaysia, Seri Pagoda. It's a long name, but King of Malaysia on June 4, 2016, held in conjunction with His Royal Highness' birthday in Istana Negara, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And that is how he carries the title Tan Sri. Also, he carries the title Tado. Again, His Royal Highness Sultan Azlan conferred the DPMP Award carrying the title of Tato on Palin for his contributions on the occasion of His Royal Highness' birthday on April 18, 2011. I think these two titles are very prestigious and we understand the position he holds in Malaysia. Dr. Palin has also won several other international awards and recognition for his contribution over the last 2 decades. Above all this introduction I gave about Dr. Palin, I am very proud, personally very happy to share that he was my co-trainee and batchmate in the PG program. We both did our fieldwork training together with a very wonderful person, Dr. Bhaktin, and that is how our friendship started. I'm very happy that Dr. Palin is a personal friend of mine for the last 4 decades, and I feel proud and privileged and of his achievement and for this position he holds today. It was I like to appreciate Dr. Palin for his presence today, and we are eagerly looking forward to listening to him. He's an inspiration, a role model himself, and I'm sure the generation today will learn a lot from his charity. Thank you very much.
We are greatly honored to have today's chief guest, Dr. R. Palin, who with his diverse roles has showcased his contribution and distinguished work in the field of education in numerous capacities. I would like to invite Dr. Palin to grace us with his thoughts and experiences. Over to you, sir.
எல்லோருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். இங்கு வந்திருக்கும் அனைத்து பெரியவர்களுக்கும் தாய்மார்களுக்கும் மலேசிய திருநாட்டிலிருந்து எனது வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு எனது முன்னுரையை நான் ஆரம்பிக்கின்றேன். Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And in the Malaysian language, we say Selamat pagi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. It's a pleasure to be here. I didn't realize that Professor Fatima Vasant had such a long CV. The CV itself, I think, was longer than my presentation. But there was one thing that was very critical, and she said that both of us, we used to go and train in the same community development project when we were doing our masters in social work. I do remember one thing. I was very worried to go my social work training because of Fatima, because she was a very, very naughty person at that time. So I hope right now she is a much more relaxed academic director. So when I saw her role as an academic director, I thought that she must be a very strict person. But there's one thing that I remember about her is her smile, her infectious smile, her enthusiastic smile. She smiles all the time. So when she called me and said, could you just come and be the chief guest, I thought the chief guest is just going to come and present some virtual give surprises. Then when she said, you have to say a few words, 10 minutes or so, I told my colleague Puan Faziani, I said, look, I'll have to think about what to say. And all that I'm going to say today is just 3 simple ideas. And I'll leave you with these 3 simple ideas because we all have to cope with, we all have to face the challenges and during this pandemic crisis, whatever it is, economic challenges, I think we are talking about social challenges, health challenges, and higher education. All those of us who are in college, whether we are studying or teaching, we find that it's a new world out there. And in this new world out there, what do we do? I want to tell you a quick story. Many years ago, I remember a friend telling me this story. There was this priest, and the father wanted to go to the post office. He couldn't quite find the way to the post office. It was many years before we had Waze or Google Maps. So he went to a young boy and said, "Look, could you show me the way to the post office?" And the young boy said, "Father, all that you need to do is to go straight a half a kilometer, then take a 3 o'clock and then a 9 o'clock, and you take a 180 degrees turn to the right and you'll come to the post office." The father found it very, very confusing. So he told the young boy, "Look, why don't you do me this favor? I will give you a chocolate if you'll walk with me to the post office." And the young boy thought, "Hey, look, this is a great idea." So they walked towards the post office. And while they're walking to the post office, the father senses an opportunity to convert this young kid to God. So he says to the kid, "Hey, kid, do you pray every day? Do you pray?" And the young kid says, "Once in a way, father." And then the father says, "Look, let's have a deal. If you can just listen to me as we walk to the post office, I will show you the way to heaven." And the young kid looked up at the father and said, "Father, you don't even know the way to the post office. I don't think you can show me the way to heaven." So I think the point that I wanted to share is, I'm not going to come and tell you something outside of this world on how to cope with and face the challenges during the pandemic crisis. But I do know what I have gone through. And when I was going to college, whether it was in Chennai or UK or Australia or the US, one of the things that I found was it was incredibly exciting to go to the campus because it was a campus experience that was wonderful. As your distinguished principal shared and your vice principal shared, they shared all the activities. Now, all of those on-site things have become online. We have to learn differently. We have to teach differently. We have to experience education differently. And now we find the first spike, the second spike, the third spike, and we find that it's incredibly difficult as we do not know what to expect. So we talk about wash your hands all the time. We say, please make sure you wear your mask all the time. We maintain social distance. We are expected to behave responsibly. And that is going to be the new normal. And I don't know how long it's going to take for us to change the world. As Fatima said, I'm on as an independent member of the Special Commission advising the King on when do we lift the emergency in Malaysia. The purpose of the emergency in Malaysia is to make sure that we balance between lives and livelihoods. We don't want a situation where it becomes a wildfire, because when it becomes a wildfire, it's impossible to put it out. But when you have small fires, you can put it out. And that's the logic. So in this kind of a situation, when a pandemic has been created because of a health crisis, it has become an economic crisis, and it has become a social crisis. People find that offices are closed, people find that colleges are closed, people can't get things done. And in this situation, what do we do? And I strongly believe it's in this situation that we stay productive, we stay disciplined, we stay focused on what we want to do. So when the pandemic crisis started last year in January with the Wuhan situation in China, and Malaysia had a lockdown on March the 18th, I found it very difficult because I'm someone who gets up in the morning, gets into the car, dashes it to work, whether it's the university or the office, and I'm someone who's very active. And for me to stay home continuously throughout the day was a challenge. And more than me, my wife found it very challenging to have me in the house because, she's never, because earlier on she would always always ask me, when would you come back from work? And now she was asking me, when would you go back to work? And that was the challenge. And we all had to find new ways of dealing with one another. And as students, all of you will have to deal with one another. So I wrote my 16th book, The Reflections of an Entrepreneur, published by University of Malaya during the pandemic crisis. So I started writing in the month of March, April, May, and these were some essays that I had written over the years. We put it together and then we adopted it. And this year in January, we brought it out. Now, the reason I say this is I chose to stay productive. I chose to stay focused. I chose to stay disciplined. And these three things are something we will have to be focused on during this pandemic crisis. As students, you are going to come out in a very difficult time because the world out there is no longer the same world 2 years ago. It's completely different. And no one knows how is it going to be. No one can for sure give you answers to questions as to when will this pandemic crisis end. If you get vaccinated, is there a chance that the vaccination would kind of prevent infection? No one knows. But I do know that there are three things that you need to do, which I think I need to do. Everyone has a need to do. Number one is the purpose in life. What is it that you want? Because when I started out in the world of work, the first thing I was always asked is, what is it that you want? Now, Jim Collins, when he wrote the book, Good to Great, he said, have big, hairy, audacious goals. No one thought that A.R. Rahman will win the Oscar. No one thought Abdul Kalam will become the president, but it happened because they were very focused on what they wanted to do and they were focused on their purpose in life. What was Rahman's purpose in life? Create great music. And there are tons of people like that. Maybe a cricketer plays great cricket. There is a professor who wants to provide great teaching experiences. So what is that purpose in life? And I think that's very important. Remember the famous Chinese philosopher said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It is not that you start running a sprint. It's a marathon, and you take single steps at each point. I really think that the time in my life is when I started out in the world of entrepreneurship, I had to take single steps. When I started writing the first book, took me so long until I got into the habit of writing. That we are habits of creatures. So I think that's very important for us to be able to create, not only for us, create value to our family, create value to the community, create value to the society, create value to the world, humanity. And I think that's very important. So remember, every journey starts with a small step. The third is change. And I want you to know this. The funny thing about life is that we understand life after we've experienced it. You can only understand it backwards, but you got to live forwards. And that's one of the things that I always say, look, while we understand life backwards, we have to live forwards. Therefore, we need a clear goal. I want you to remember two things. One, please find out what is your purpose in life. Second, start your journey with a single step. And third, remember, as you go on this journey, don't forget the moment. Don't forget to get up in the morning and go and tell your father and mother, I love you. Don't forget to tell your professor, look, ma'am, I really value your contribution. You're teaching me so much. Go and tell your friend, wow, what a great company you are. Don't miss that moment. I really think that sometimes I missed that moment in my college days. The reason is I was so focused on thinking about something into the future. So while that's important, you have to live the moment. And I think that's very, very important for us. Remember what Bernard Shaw said. Bernard Shaw said, some people see things as they are and say why, but we dream things that were never there and say why not. That's how we went to the moon. That's how we all achieve certain things. So remember, it's very important for us to recollect what Malcolm Gladwell said in his book Outliers. He said, I have to practice, and my game is as good as much as I practice. So if you're a teacher, you teach. If you're a cricketer, you play cricket. And he called this as the 10,000 hour rule. And last but not the least, when you talk about change, remember, this world has been profoundly changed beyond what one can recognize because of this pandemic crisis. And some of us have lost a year or two of our lives, but life will go on, because this is what I called as a Malthusian check. What did Thomas Malthus say? When everything fails and we can't control things, there are natural checks, the Malthusian checks of hurricane, cyclone, fire, pandemic crisis, that stops humanity and gets us to think about how do we make this Mother Earth sustainable. That's, I think, very important. So Mahatma Gandhi said, you must be the change that you want to see in the world. So I think it's important. Now, when I started out in school, we didn't have the fax machine, we didn't have the email, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have WhatsApp, we didn't have Ola cabs, we didn't have Uber, we didn't have Grab, we didn't have flights that could take you to any part of the world. But now, look, it's changed. People can't fly. I still have to Skype with my mother, who is 91 years old, and have a Skype, and she learns how to operate either the FaceTime call or the Skype call, and that's how we continue. So please remember, last but not the least, purpose in life, very important. Start your journey with single steps, and number 3, be the change you want to see in the world. And that's what I call as creating your own rainbow. Be a rainbow creator. Don't go and say, if I was a politician's son, I would do that. If I was a minister's son, I would do that. If I was Sunil Gavaskar's son, I would do that. If never works. It's about you, and it's about what you want, and it's about you starting the journey. It's about you managing the change, and it's about you getting on into this world and saying, well, I can't change what happened to this world. The pandemic crisis is here. If I have to learn online, let me learn online. I need to stay productive, stay disciplined, stay focused. And that's the key. And those are the people who become rainbow creators. And I bought this poster many years ago. And the poster is this: when you have a dream, don't let anything dim it. Keep hoping, keep trying. The sky is the limit. Last but not the least, don't ever forget your teachers, because your teachers gave you something that you may not value today. If you have already valued, it's fine. But just remember to cherish and value it and say thank you, teacher, every single day. Of course, thank you so much for being here. I know Professor Fatima told me that I only got 10 minutes and it's already 15 minutes. So I hope she's not going to call me on the phone and scold me, knowing her. But I want you to know I am on palan.org. That's my virtual residence. Please, you're welcome to visit me at palan.org. I am on Instagram. I know that my children have been telling me to go off social media, but I think I'll continue to be in social media until the end of the year. So thank you so much. And all that I can tell all of you young people is good luck, all the best. Thank you. God bless. வாழ்த்துக்கள் எல்லா புகழும் இறைவனுக்கே. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Palan, for an enlightening talk. We are really grateful for your encouragement to make the best use of whatever life presents to us by also trying to balance our different needs and requirements. We promise to be productive with a purpose, focused on making everyday improvement towards a positive change, and have discipline based on values irrespective of what goes around. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Challenges and opportunities are two sides of life, and it makes life interesting by overcoming them. That is what that makes life meaningful. Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. We have in our midst today faculty and students who are the third category of individuals who made it happen. I request our Vice Principal of Shift 2, Dr. Geeta Rufus, to announce the prizes for the students. The much awaited announcements for the best outgoing students, followed by the faculty awardees for their 100% attendance.
The prestigious Best Outgoing Student Award of Best Outgoing Student Award is awarded to prestigious
Just talk to me.
The prestigious Best Outgoing Student Award is awarded to meritorious and outstanding final year students who have excelled in academics, co-curricular, extracurricular, and sports all through the course of study. On behalf of the college, I am proud and happy to announce the best outgoing student of each discipline. We have from BCA discipline, Apurva, Indumati, Mohammed Zuhair, Vimal Raj D. And from BSc Computer Science, Saranya R. and Rebecca. From BCom General, Ajas A, Hemavardhani G, Manoj Kumar D, Niveda S, Priyanka R, Yuvashri K, Sajid from BBA, Irene and Renal Angel from BBA. From BISCOM, we have Maran Koska and Prabhu. BCom CS, Murugeshwar S and Madhumita. From BSc Maths, we have Deepika, Shirley Satya. From BSc Psychology, Shakti and Akshay Tulasi Satinarayanan. From BSW, we have Sneha Paul and Mahima Chada. From BCom Accounting and Finance, we have Sri Kumaresan, Vishnu Priya. From Shift 2, BCom General, we have Jesse Sharon and Manigandan M. From BCom Accounting and Finance, we have Farah Habib and Muthuselvi. From BCom CS, we have Nachamay and Subita. From BCA, we have Logapriya and Vignesh. From BSc Computer Science, we have Yogesh and Charu Hasan. From BSc Electronic Media, we have Balaji and Nitish Kumar. From BA Journalism, we have Tony Joseph. And from the PG Department, MA English, we have Ajolan Robert. From MSW, we have Rashmita Irudaya Varshini. And from MCOM, we have Tiana Stephanie Lincoln. We congratulate all the best outgoing students. On behalf of the college, I am now happy to announce the recognition and appreciation for the efforts of the staff who have clearly manifested their diligence to their work and the institution by their consistent regularity. To honor their sincerity in attaining the 100% attendance during the academic year 2019-20, they are now applauded by our benevolent management. I am indeed honored to call out the awardees for the academic year 2019-20. We have Dr. Nagajyoti from Commerce, Mrs. Masia from Computer Science, Dr. Ravita Bhatia from Language, Mr. Martin Bhaskar from Media Studies, Dr. Subbalakshmi from Computer Application, Mrs. President from Computer Science, Mrs. Sasikala from Management, Mr. M. Krishna from Corporate Secretaryship, Mrs. Ananda Priya from Computer Application, Mr. D. Raja from Corporate Secretaryship, Dr. Sweetie Regina Mary from Commerce, Mrs. Anis Mary Jaisili from Computer Application, Mr. Dharmendra from English, Dr. Dhananjayan from Language, Mrs. Pushpalata from Computer Application, Mr. Paulson Santosh from Media Studies, Mr. Adil Murugan from Physical Education, Mr. Sendil Kumaran from Psychology, Mr. P. K. Subramaniam from Language, Mr. Kumar from Computer Science. And we also owe our appreciation to the administrative staff, Mr. Martin Peter, Mr. Suresh P., Mr. Kamaleshwaran, Mr. Anthony Jayasilan, and Mrs. Maria Teresa. Appreciations to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all the best outgoing students and the faculty awardees. Blessing you in all your future endeavors. Keep up your good work. We have come to the end of our program, so we invite Mr. Stanis Christopher, Chairperson, Ms. Yuvashri, Vice Chairperson of Student Council, to propose the vote of thanks.
I take immense pleasure in rendering the vote of thanks. First of all, I thank Almighty Father for enabling us to commemorate our faith. A very special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. R. Palan, for your valuable presence in our college celebration. I thank the dignitary, director and secretary, Reverend Dr. R. Raj, academic director, Dr. Fatima Vasan, vice principal, Dr. B. Neena, and Dr. Geeta Rupas of Shift 1 and Shift 2 respectively, for gracing this momentous occasion and being the pillars of support in every. I thank Mrs. Lenora Vera, Mrs. Sangeeta, Mrs. Maria Benita, and Mr. Nandakumar for their strenuous effort in preparing the annual report 2020-2021.
I would also like to thank Ms. Divya, Mrs. Bronwyn, Mrs. Saramma for the Faculty Award. A special thanks to the technical support of our college, Mr. Martin Bhaskar, Dr. Sindhu Shivan, and Mr. Nagarjun for making this celebration a successful one. Thank you, Ms. Divya, for anchoring this program. Last but not the least, thanks to Shamrock for your soulful performance, and thank you, dear audience, for truly making this a memorable day. Thank you all.
Thank you, students, and special appreciation to all your contribution during this academic year. As we come to the end of the celebration, let us remember and rejoice in our nation's glory, beauty, and rich heritage by singing our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you all for being here today. And I wish you all a blessed day. Thank you.